Hi guys, it's SimLicy here, so welcome to another speed build. So today I'm building another family home, and this time it's a CC build here in the winter time in The Sims 4. I really wanted to build something that was winter themed, very just snowy and cozy. It's not Christmas themed or any specific holiday necessarily, it's just supposed to be a warm, cozy winter house. And I'm using custom content by Felixander and Harry. I will have the link to their website, which is called the House of Harlocks, in the description box where you guys can find all of their collaborations. I use their collaborations specifically in this build, but they each have their own individual CC that is so good, and everything they make is amazing, and you guys should download it. You should follow them everywhere because they're so creative, and I'm completely obsessed with using it. And I think their custom content really just made this build so special, and just it really had that feel that I was going for, that just like cozy cottage home. And so it's perfect for this build, especially since they did the organic pack, which was 2 different sets, but it was supposed to complement cottage living. And so I built it here in this world, and I think everything just works perfectly. So yeah, hopefully you guys will like it. Like I said, everything will be linked in the description box, but they do have their own custom content, so definitely check that out too. I have been meaning for the longest time to do a build with Felixander CC. I've been planning it. I want to do something kind of, I was going to say spectacular, but I don't know if it's gonna be spectacular necessarily. I want to do something that's kind of more elaborate and fancy and pretty. I'm not sure if it's going to be. I might end up doing something that's a bit smaller because I get easily intimidated by big fancy builds. But he has a lot of stuff that is more build specific and not just decorating specific. I mean, of course he has a bunch of furniture and decor and stuff too, but I've been trying to plan it out, but I'm scared. I don't know why I'm scared. It's gonna be fun. But I really just want to do a good job, basically. But anyways, yeah, here you can see the house is coming together. I was looking at pictures on Pinterest, but it honestly looks like nothing that I was looking at necessarily. And so I was kind of just playing around with things, seeing what I enjoyed. But I did see some really cute cottages with ivy in the snow, and it looked so pretty. And thankfully, this like trailing wall plant that we have from, I believe it was, I forgot the name of the pack, the Jungle Adventure one, that's the one. We had this really pretty trailing plant that came with that pack, and in the wintertime there's no flowers, and it has more of a kind of a deadish appearance, more of like a winter color to the plant. So it looks perfect for the exterior, because some of the other wall plants that we have in the build catalog is like, they're still bright green in the winter time, and it just doesn't look very natural. Even if they wouldn't typically lose any color during the winter, it just doesn't look that good in game. So I enjoyed using this one. So in the regular seasons, like spring and summer, the house might look a little bit crazy with all of those flowers, but it might be a nice change of pace, because when, you know, the weather gets warmer, then the house will like come to life, basically, because the landscaping will be a lot more colorful, and of course all of the plants all over the house too. But that's something that's like easy to remove if you don't like them as much as I do. But in the winter, I think it's especially pretty. So yeah, here I am building in the like town area of Himford-on-Bagley, and I built on this lot sideways because the lighting in this world is so weird. In the countryside, it's very green, and then here in the town area, there's like 3 lots. It's like 3 or 4 lots, I believe it's 3, that all face the same direction, and the sun doesn't hit the houses face on, and it drives me crazy. It makes it frustrating to build on, and then also I think to play in, because when you're spending time either in your backyard or your front yard, it wouldn't be lit up correctly. It would be always in the shadows. And so I really wish that they would have done the lighting differently in this world, because it's a really nice world. I love the style of it. Everything is so pretty, but the lighting is kind of frustrating. So let me know if you guys agree about that. But so I built it sideways. I built on this lot before sideways too, and I think it works. I have a very similar layout to that one that I did before for this one, where I built like a garage area, and then I have a little pen for some animals. I decided to put some chickens, so the poor little chickens are freezing. And then I also used some live edit objects cars. I realized that this Land Rover doesn't get any frost or snow on the top of it, so that's unfortunate, but we can just pretend they've recently been driving it, and so it doesn't have any frost on it because of that. But here I'm using the tool mod to lower these archways down because I like using the shortest wall height in game, and most of the stuff created by Hera and Felixandra are made for the medium or tall wall heights. And so I kind of cheated a little bit using the tool mod to bring them down to a lower level to look more like garage doors and to be at the right level and to not poke through the roof. With the back door, I also used a medium height door instead of the short wall height door because I really wanted to use one of the big ones with the glass because they're so pretty. And I thought it would just like look nice to have like the dining room or something like right by it. And it ended up being the dining room, and I really love that room, but it does poke through the roof. And so I was able to put it at the right angle so you don't see it inside the house and you don't see it poking through the roof. But if you do look up at the ceiling, the top of the door is kind of cut off, and so I put beams going across the dining room to try to like distract your eyes so you don't see it as easily. And plus it's a nice like kind of decorative feature to the build that looks pretty. So I think it worked out really nice. Here I was trying to do a roof trick so none of the roof would be clipping into this room, but unfortunately they don't line up correctly to do it the way I would normally do it, so I just left it alone. So you'll see in build mode that the roof's just kind of covering it, but in gameplay, if you have the walls in cutaway mode, it looks perfectly normal. So it's not a problem at all. It just makes it a little bit trickier to build in, especially the way I like to build with all the walls up and everything, so I can see exactly how the house is going to look from every angle. But I think I made it work. There, I just switched out that window in the front of the build because I realized that's where a bathroom was going to be, and I didn't think it would be the best floor plan to have a giant window at the front of the house where the bathroom is. And so yeah, I just got rid of it, swapped it out for some of those smaller windows. All of the windows on this build, except for a few of them, I think a few of them are from Discovery University, but the rest of them are from the organic set. Here I'm trying to create some custom archways like I typically do with spandrels and columns, just because I wanted something that was a little bit bigger leading from the front door into the dining room. But I ended up getting rid of it just because the lighting in this build was making them two separate like whites. It wasn't looking quite right. And then I also wanted to add those beams across the ceiling in the dining room, and it didn't look right with the archways also at the same height and everything. So I got rid of those and used just the regular archway, which I think looks really nice. So here on the second floor, I end up having 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. There's not an ensuite to the parents' room. I could have made one with this bathroom over here, but I decided not to. I decided just to leave them open to the hallway. Any sim can use them. I do think the parents primarily use the bathroom that's directly across the hall from theirs, and then the other children use the other bathroom, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. And I did reach out to my Patreon supporters to come up with the themes for like the kids in this house, and I really appreciate their stories, and I used them to create the themes for the bedrooms, and I think it really tied like the whole build together, and like even like the story for the parents too, because I really didn't have like specific sims in mind that I was building for. I was just trying to build something pretty and decorate with custom content because that's just fun to do. And so I really wasn't thinking about the sims too much necessarily, but when they left me some suggestions, they left me one about having a toddler that was sort of like an accident and then 2 teens, and I loved that idea because this house just felt so much more like mature than maybe some of my other builds. I think this custom content really lends itself to looking more sophisticated and more mature, and so I could definitely see like an older couple living here, and they had 2 teenagers and they thought that they were done, and I think the teens are twins, and I got their personalities also from my Patreon subscribers. They really like to like read and write, and I think they're just like kind of goody 2-shoes, and they do everything perfectly, and they've never done anything wrong, basically. I mean, they might secretively, but in their parents' eyes, they've never done anything wrong, and they don't know of them doing anything wrong. And yeah, they just read and they write, and they're very studious and all of those kinds of things. And then a toddler came in and kind of like messed up all of their plans, and the toddler is like very rambunctious and wild and just completely opposite to the other kids. And so I thought that was a really fun idea, and I really appreciate those of you guys that are on my Patreon page that have contributed to helping me come up with storylines, because I really enjoy it, and it's been a lot of fun hearing your guys' ideas. So I really appreciate it a lot. And yeah, I just thought that the parents, like, maybe they were planning for retirement. I imagine they bought this house and kind of like redid some of it because it has very modern bathrooms and certain like features and stuff I think they've redone, but they like that whole more like classical look. So they've kept some of like the main features of the house, but maybe they're planning on selling it and then retiring in the countryside or something, and maybe buying an old cottage out there and fixing it up. But then they had their toddler and everything changed, and the toddler is wild. So that was a really cute idea, and I love that so much. But here you can see I'm working on the landscaping, adding trees and bushes. I am going to check this build before I upload it to the gallery and see what it looks like in like the summertime, just like the default build mode. And I'll put terrain paint down and make sure that the plants don't look too crazy. I was trying to pick ones that I thought would look nice together and also nice in this world. I mainly used, I believe, most of the plants I think are from Cottage Living itself, just the live edit objects ones, because I typically use those anyways building in this world, and I like the way they look together. But it might be, something might look weird, but I'll figure it out before I upload it to the gallery because I want it to look nice in all the seasons. But I did primarily build this for the winter. But yeah, over here I'm just adding some more plants. I have a couple of chicken coops in this little pin. You could easily turn this into a garden or something else if you would like to, but I thought chicken coops would be cute. And then once I placed them and I saw like the frost and the snow accumulated on them, I thought that looked really adorable. And yeah, it was cute putting the chickens here too, because then they just walk around in the snow and they're probably freezing. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cute. I'm not really sure if the weather affects the animals at all that came with Cottage Living. I doubt it, but it might. I don't think it does. Let me know if it does, but yeah, I'm sure they'll be fine. I mean, you could make something else in this area too if you would like to. And I also have the garage sort of storage area, which I fill with a bunch of decorations at the very end of the video. And then of course the couple of cars, and I put some random decorations around and some like grass and just things that I thought would look cute. And I think it looks really nice. So I really enjoyed it. There, I just got rid of all of the flooring that I was placing originally. I tried decorating this house once before, but I just wasn't liking what I was doing necessarily. So I just got rid of the flooring color and decided just to start in the living room by placing some couches. And I chose the couches in these green colors. And these couches came from the organic set, and they're perfect. I love them. I love the colors. I love the patterns. There's solid ones and there's patterned ones too, but I'm using the solid green ones, and I love this green color. I thought it was such a nice green color. I really like green. You guys could probably tell this. I use a lot of greens when using custom content, but I feel like custom content creators just pick the best greens. And so, yeah, I just thought it was really pretty in here with these curtains. And then this coffee table is also from the organic set. And I believe the rug, side table, and lamp are all from that set too. And then the fireplace might also be from that set. I don't know. I downloaded every set that they've collaborated on, so you guys can find that easily at the House of Harlix. Like I said, that will be linked in the description. And I probably mainly used the organic set just because it's perfect, and of course it was made to complement this world. And then I also used this flooring that came from Vampires. I thought it worked perfectly with their set. They don't have a wood floor yet in their collaborations. They have them individually on pieces that they've done themselves, but not as part of a collaboration. So maybe they will do that at some point. They still have to do a bedroom themed one, so maybe it'll come with a bedroom set. I'm looking forward to that because I want them to create a bed together. So that's a weird sentence. That sounds weird, but I think they would do a good job. So I'm looking forward to it. But anyways, this is a TV, not a painting. I did use the tool mod to lower it down and also angle it so it looks like it's sitting on this table because it's actually a wall mounted one. But I think it looks really nice like that. And it's so pretty being like a picture. It looks like a painting instead of a TV. So it's so nice just to have that instead of like a giant screen. And then here I'm adding some pillow decorations, which I adore. And I decided to just use this simple cream swatch with the stripes on it for all the pillows. Typically when I do pillows, I try to mix and match them, but I felt like that's more for like a boho style instead of this very classical, sophisticated interior style. And so I felt like that worked better for this one. And then here I'm just switching up some of the colors. I also put this tray on the coffee table with some clutter items. I really like that. It's like a bowl. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be made out of, like concrete or something, but it has that really pretty flower sticking out of it. I really adore that item a lot. Here I just hung up some artwork, and I also switched up this light. I decided to use a light that came from Cottage Living instead because it looked very traditional, and I think it suits the build and kind of adds a little bit to like keeping some of the traditional look to the cottage and not, you know, it's not a renovated part. It's something that they kept that was like original. And so I really like that idea. Here, I'm just adding some more curtains to this back door. So as you could probably see, it is poking through the top of the ceiling, but I think the beams really hide it because before I placed the beams there, if you looked up at the ceiling, the door was just kind of like cut off at the top, and it looked a little bit strange, but the beams are a nice build feature, but also they cover up my, not mistake, but my trick I was trying to do. I don't really know how to say that, but you know what I mean. Over here, I decided to use some kitchen counters and some shelves to create sort of like a built-in unit, and I'm really happy that I did this. I don't use kitchen counters too often in other parts of the home to create like furniture pieces, but I'm really happy that I did it here because I think it fills in the space nicely and it feels like it's built into the home, and it was a great spot to add extra clutter and decorations because there's so many good things that come in their sets, like clutter, like this bowl and this nice bird statue and the framed artwork and the plants and the books and everything is just, it's so pretty and so much fun to decorate with, and so I really, really enjoyed it. And I think these counters looked nice, and I just had fun finding all the different pieces, and I basically tried to just use as much stuff as I possibly could. I did repeat myself a little bit using like the same plant here and there, especially this plant in this nice simple vase. I think this one is so pretty, and it has this nice branch on it that has like these little berries. It's super cute. I really like that one. But yeah, there I just placed another decoration, and that's it for the dining room. And then over here is of course going to be the entryway. So I did something funny here in the entryway, or at least I thought it was funny. I thought it was kind of a stupid thing, but basically what I tried to do was create a custom bench. I was trying to build one. You'll see me trying to use a few different items here underneath the shelf. But I like spent forever on this and then realized that they had a perfectly good bench with these nice throw blankets draped over across. You'll see it here in just a little bit, but I tried using this one, which is a bench that came in that pack, but it didn't quite look the way I wanted to in this area because I really wanted to put like boots underneath something. And then they have another table, this one, which is made for the boots, but it was too big for the space, and so I tried sizing it down, and then I tried creating this one, which was going to be like a custom bench that I was going to make with shelves and these cushions, and it was a whole process. And then here in like 2 seconds, I remembered that they have a bench that has has not cushions, but has like something draped over it, like a blanket or something, and it's perfect. And yeah, I'm so happy that I remembered it because here I was like even gonna add pillows and stuff, and it just really wasn't looking the way I wanted to. But here's when I remember. Here's the bench. It's perfect. It looks so cute here, and I love those blankets that are draped over it, and then I was able to put the boots underneath of it, and it's just so cute. I really like that a lot. These rubber boot decorations are so adorable. I use them like here in the entryway. I think I put a pair in each of the bedrooms except for maybe the parents' room. And then I put some in the garage too, but I just really like them a lot. And I also really like that shelf that's above that bench too. I thought that looked really nice. And I love like the scarf and the coat and the bag and stuff that's hanging from it. And there I just placed a mirror, and then I have the coat rack that's from Base Game. And then I also put a umbrella stand there in the entryway too. And then over here I have a chair with a pillow on it because why not have another place to put a pillow, basically is why I wanted to put one there. And then I just hung up some more artwork, and then I put a wall light over there. And then this room is going to be the kitchen. I end up making the floor in here all tile instead of having hardwood. I was going to do half tile and then half wood, but then I decided that I was going to have the kitchen space actually take up the whole room and not just this half of the room, because I was originally just going to have counters over here and have the stove, the sink, and the refrigerator all over here too. But what I end up having is just the sink and stove over here, and then I have the refrigerator over on the far side of the kitchen over here. And I think that works really nicely. And then I was also able to use the bookcases that they created in one of their sets. I'm not sure exactly which one, but I was able to put it over here and it fit perfectly, and then added more spots for me to add decorations and clutter and stuff too. So I really enjoyed that a lot. And then the little room that's going to be to the right of the kitchen through that door is going to be a laundry room. And then the bathroom is over there by the staircase. And so I'll decorate that here in just a little bit. But Yeah, I really like the way this kitchen turned out. I think this tile floor really worked nicely with the wallpaper in this nice green color. The green's like the same green in the couches. Like, I think it's so pretty, and it felt very like almost Christmassy to me to use this much green. There's no red, so it doesn't feel Christmassy, but the green makes it feel a little bit like Christmas. I don't know. I'm really starting to get into the mood for Christmas. I wasn't in the mood at all. Like, I don't know, this year, like the holidays have not really like, I don't know, this sunken in this year. I don't know exactly what it is. I mean, I've been a bit busy and I do have a lot of stuff going on and coming up, so it's probably has something to do with that. But I'm starting to get in the Christmas spirit, and I just went through all of my Christmas sweaters, and I have a good collection. I was telling my husband I have done a good job in my adult life collecting ugly Christmas sweaters, and he's like, I'm not sure if that's necessarily something that's a good job, but I think it is. I think it's an accomplishment, and I'm very proud of myself. And I also have this jumpsuit that I bought, I believe, before I got pregnant, and I think I was too big to wear it last Christmas, and so that's why I didn't wear it, but I can fit it now. So I am very determined to wear it this year. Hopefully it fits me. I've actually never tried it on, but I assume it does. We'll see what happens. But I was very excited to go through all my stuff, so I think that's what kind of spurred on my whole like Christmas excitement. But anyways, as I've been blabbering on, I am adding clutter decorations and things throughout the kitchen, trying to fill it in and make it feel lived in and fully decorated, but not messy. I just wanted it to be fully decorated. And then here, instead of having like an island, I wanted to place these two tables together to kind of work as an island. And then I cluttered it up with a few different decorations. They have this really nice cutting board with like the cuts in it. I love that extra detail a lot, but it looked really nice. Then I also added some debug objects. I'm not sure if this meat will transfer through, but it's like a package of meat that I put on the table. If it doesn't transfer through the gallery, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, but if you like it, it is a debug object. So if you want to look for it, I also forgot to add the oil and vinegar decoration that they have, and so I remember it later on, or at least I find it in the catalog, and I place it on that table too. So yeah, you guys will see that in just a little while, but here I'm decorating the downstairs bathroom. So the bathrooms are very modern because their bathroom set is very modern. It's very pretty, and so I really enjoyed using it here. The two bathrooms upstairs only have bathtubs just because the shape of them just worked better for only having bathtubs, but the showers down here, which I think is probably what you would want your Sims to use the most, so it's probably not the best thing to have. I mean, you could probably fit a shower in one of the bathrooms upstairs if you really wanted to, but I just didn't really have a good spot that I wanted to use them in. So yeah, it's down here, but if you don't mind your Sims taking baths, then the other two bathrooms will be fine. But yeah, this is pretty much it for this bathroom. It came together really quickly. I wanted it to feel more like a bathroom that your Sims wouldn't use all the time. It's just one that they use when they're downstairs, but not their like primary bathrooms that they get ready in and stuff. So yeah, I kind of struggled with placing a rug, as you could probably tell, but I just sized down one of them that came from one of their collaborations, and I think that looks really cute. And then I used a couple of those paintings leading up to the staircase, and here for a moment I forgot to decorate the laundry room, so I'm just placing some flooring here on the second floor, and I might even place wallpaper. I think I just do the flooring and then remember. But yeah, over here is going to be the laundry room. And so I use a washer and dryer, of course. I decided to use the stacked ones so I could have some like counter space, and plus I thought it would be kind of weird to have them right underneath the window, so they're next to the window. It's probably not that weird, but I've just never seen a washer and dryer underneath a window before. If I have, it's been like a very small window, not like a big one that's right at the same level as the top of the washer or dryer. Let me know if you guys have. But anyways, on the counters next to it, I clutter it up with some different decorations. Those bottles that I use, I think are supposed to be more like soaps and shampoos and stuff, or lotions, but I figured we could pretend that they're laundry detergents or maybe like stain removers or something. I just really like the bottles and wanted to use them basically. And then over here I do have a laundry hamper. It's the only one in the build. I didn't end up putting any in the bedrooms like I typically do. So if you need more laundry hampers, you might want to do that. And you probably will, because there's quite a few Sims that can live in this build. 5 Sims is what I made room for, but you could probably fit 6 Sims in here if you really wanted to, because really the toddler's room could fit 2 kids if you wanted to squeeze them in. But the toddler's room is kind of on the small side. But anyways, Over here is the landing area, the hallway leading to the bedrooms, and I put this really pretty side table. I just love this table so much with all the clutter decorations, and I put decorations on top of it. I just think it looks so pretty. And then I decorate the hallways with some artwork and just like wall lights, very simple decorations because, well, it's just a hallway and I felt like keeping it cleaner and simple made the most sense because it really wasn't that big of a hallway. So that's what I ended up doing. But yeah, over here is going to be the master bedroom. So like I said, Harry and Felixander still need to collaborate on a bedroom set. So I'm using this bed. It came from Cottage Living. Thankfully, it worked really nicely, and I think it actually works really well with their CC too. Sometimes when I use in-game items with custom content, I feel like they just stand out and like just honestly don't look as high quality, and so I try to not use them. But thankfully the bed actually looked really nice and I really liked it here. And I also really liked using this door. I had wanted to use it in this build, but I wasn't exactly sure where I was going to place it, but thankfully I had a spot to put a walk-in closet, and so it worked perfect for a closet door. So I was really happy about that. And then I also was able to use, I did use rubber boots in here. I was thinking I didn't, so I used some rubber boots in here too, along with some shoe clutter that came with Dream Home Decorator and the hanging clothes that came with that pack too. And then over here, I decided to do some like built-in side tables. I used the smaller side tables, but I merged them into these I think they're actually cabinets that I used, and I really like the way that looks. I've actually been doing something similar with the Dream Home Decorator side tables recently, and I've really been enjoying having a side table that's just a bit longer but still narrow. I think it looks really good. So yeah, I like the way that looked, and then it also gave me an opportunity to add a few more pieces of clutter. And then I decided to use this shelf again, the same one that I used in the entryway, and then I put some clutter on top of it, and then I also used that chair with the fuzzy throw over it again in the bedroom. I also used it in the dining room in case you guys didn't see it, but I just thought it looked so good. But yeah, over here is going to be the bathroom. So I think this is the bathroom that the parents tend to use. So we can pretend that this one is an ensuite bathroom, or we can call it that. But yeah, in here there's just a toilet, a sink, a bathtub, no shower, just because it was a bit crowded. I mean, you could fit one if you really wanted to, but I just felt like a tub worked so much better, especially with like my window placement. And then it also gave me a spot to add a shelf with some decorations on it, which I thought looked so cute over here. I really enjoyed decorating this shelf, and it gave me another opportunity to use this beautiful painting. I use it in like every single swatch possible. I just love the floral one so much. It's so pretty. But yeah, over here is going to be the teenagers room. So like I said, I got the ideas for the teens room and the toddlers room from my Patreon supporters, and I'm just so thrilled with these ideas. I really have been enjoying talking to you guys about this, so thank you so much again. I really appreciate it. But yeah, this room is going to be for some twins who are very just good, very good. I think they just enjoy reading, they enjoy writing, they enjoy school, but I kind of want to throw something in that makes them not as good as they are. I feel like they're very good at appearances, but maybe they like sneak around and do stuff that they're not supposed to do, but their parents have no idea just because they see them as angels, and they're really good at acting like angels. I think that's kind of a fun idea. Let me know what you guys think. But right now I only have this bed because I was thinking of just doing one teen, but then I did get a suggestion for doing two teens in this build. So I thought that would be a fun way to add in some teenager twins, because I don't do that typically. Usually when I do twins, it's like children or toddlers, I feel like. So yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. But I had to get rid of that bed that came from the Tiny Travelers pack just because it didn't snap to the bunk bed. So I wasn't sure if your Sims were going to be able to use it because bunk beds did come after Harry and Felixander created that pack. So I'm not sure if they're compatible. Let me know if they are, because maybe I could have used it. But either way, I decided to use these beds, and I think they work perfect for the theme, and they match the wallpaper that I used really nicely, because I used primarily this purple wallpaper, but then I also added this accent wall with like this floral wallpaper, which has nice pinks in it, which I think looks so pretty. And I think the curtains that I used also look really nice. I tried placing this pillow on the bed, but I wasn't getting it at the right angle and I didn't want to spend a long time messing with it. So I decided just to leave it alone, and I put that cushion on the chair that I have in the corner instead, and I think that looks so nice. And then I just have a dresser over here. This dresser came from the Tiny Travelers pack, and I just really love that dresser so much. I love the like leather strapped handles. I think they look so good. But yeah, I just tried to find decorations that I thought suited the theme and looked cute and kind of just girly and pretty, and things that I thought kind of just matched the colors that I was going for. And I was trying to limit my use of posters just because I felt like it didn't really suit this build, but I think I found some that suited their room but also suited the build but made it feel more teenager-like. So yeah, I think I found something that worked. But over here is going to be the toddler's room. So like I was saying earlier, the toddler is very rambunctious. It's a hard word to say. Very rambunctious and very wild and crazy. I mean, of course, they're a toddler, so they can only get into so much mischief, but I feel like this family, like the parents anyways, had a very specific plan. They thought their girls were going off to college, and they were not expecting this toddler to come into their lives, and I feel like the toddler's just gonna like raise hell basically, which I think is such a fun idea. But maybe they'll realize that their teenagers have been this whole time too, and they just didn't know it. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that, and if you guys have any ideas and stories to add to this family, because I'd love to hear it. But anyways, in this room, I basically tried to use as much stuff from the Tiny Travelers pack as I possibly could, and I think it looks so cute. I especially really like this like map. It's like a world map of the Sims worlds, I guess, and it has all of the animals all over it, which I think is so cute. And I've honestly looked at buying something like that for my son's room, because they're just, I love stuff like that. I think they look so adorable. And I also really liked this bed with the sea turtle on it and that crocodile stuffed animal. I also really want to use that bookcase because it's really cute, but then I realized I wanted to have a dresser more, so I got rid of it and added a dresser. But if you don't mind this toddler not having a dresser, then I would highly recommend placing that bookcase there because it's really adorable, and I don't think I've gotten a chance to use it in any build that I've done using Harry and Felix Anders custom content. So I think that's a shame, and I should really try to use it next time next time I use our custom content. But anyways, over here on the dresser, I was able to add a few clutter decorations, and I also added another pair of rubber boots because they're so cute, and they actually made some in toddler size, which is so adorable. But yeah, here I'm just finding some artwork. I think I ended up not placing artwork, and I placed a mirror above the dresser instead. I tried placing a wall light, but that looked a little bit awkward, so a mirror I think was a better solution. And this one that I used had like the perfect blue color, so I think that looked really nice. And I also really liked using this bench over here with the pillows on it. It's a nice little spot for your toddler to like sit and read, or I don't know, just play or something. And then over here is going to be the shared bathroom for the kids. So like I said, it's another bathroom with just a tub. So yeah, you might want another shower. I feel like showers are way better to use because they're faster. I think they are. Maybe they're not. Let me know. Are showers actually faster in the game, or do Sims spend a longer time? Yeah, do they spend a longer time in the bathtub, or is it like the same amount of time? Or does it depend if they like soak in the tub? I'm sure that would take much longer time, but if they just take a regular bath, is it the same as taking like a regular shower? Because I don't know. But anyways, over here above the bathtub, I wanted to add a shelf with some decorations on it. So I added that one, and then a toddler potty, of course, so the toddler has somewhere to go to the bathroom, and then a couple of rugs, and then that's it for the whole interior, except for over here, which is going to be the garage. So here in the garage, I decided to bring the brick that's on the exterior into the garage, and then I used the same stone floor that I used on the interior in the same color. And I thought that was nice because it made it feel, I think, more cohesive. And I really just love this brick too. I loved using it on the exterior of like the house. I don't typically do like all brick homes, and I'm so happy that I decided to. I mean, this brick is beautiful because it was one of the bricks that came with the organic set, and it's just so nice. I love this like color swatch of it. But yeah, in here I used a lot of different decorations that I thought made sense for a garage. I wanted it to feel more like garden storage for like chicken feed, and just general things that they might use around their home. I mean, this isn't a farm, so I didn't want it to feel like it was a barn or anything like that. I wanted it to feel more like a garage. So I try to make it look that way, and I think it looks so cute. I also have the woodworking table in here, so your Sims have something to do in here. I didn't want it to be purely decorative. And these counters that I'm using also came from one of Harry and Felix Ander's sets. I believe it's their patio themed set, and I always forget the name of it, but either way, like I said, I will have everything linked in the description so you guys can find all of their sets really easily. And like I said, I downloaded everything that they've made to date, so if you download all of it, then everything will be in the build as it should. But yeah, here I'm just adding the final few decorations, and I think this is it for the build. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and hopefully you guys enjoy the screenshots. So thank you guys so much for watching, and please leave any comments or suggestions you have, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!
Call it off and don't look back. Take me off this lonely track. All my worries of yesterday, I can't seem to get away. We were golden, turning blue. I thought you could see it too. Through our hands it slipped away. We were never here to stay. We were so wild and free. We were just kids in love. I gave you the best of me, and all I was asking of you was to never break it. Every night I spend with you, hoping you could feel it too. Don't you ever paint it black. We are never coming back. We were so